Good morning, everyone. How's it going? Having a good morning? Yeah? Let's first of all give a big round of applause to the Business Power Plant for just allowing us to be here today. And of course for the Congressman for coming in and for the protection that he brings to us and our country. So my name is Aaron Vaborny, and I started this thing called Box Truck Studios. And a lot of times people ask me, like, why did you do something like this? This isn't going to go anywhere. But the short answer is that when I was a kid, I was really weird. Okay? So which one of those two do you think I am? Left or the right? Okay, so the guy on the right, that's my cousin, my normal cousin. The guy on the left, that's me. I'm all closed up, hands in my pockets like. Okay. Let me clip this on my belt, as opposed to where it was before. There we go. Now that'll stay.
Now put the microphone on because you're stepping on it.
Okay. We'll go ahead and do that. All good. Cool. So I actually thought I had superpowers when I was a kid, and I believed it and everything that I did, I would do twice. And that means, like, when I would go in the car, I still do it. I would go into the car, I would open the door, I'd shut the door, and then I'd do it twice, and then I would put my seatbelt on. I would take my seatbelt off, and then I'd put it on again. And then I'd be in a little bit of a dilemma because what am I going to do? I gotta take it off again, but we had to go. You got to keep the seatbelt on. And so, as you can see, I had a little bit of a strange childhood, and I was a little weird. But whenever I started learning martial arts and experimenting with different arts like drawing and poetry, writing things, I found this focus, and I was able to become someone who was actually able to focus on one thing at a time, even though it often changed up quite frequently, and it turned from one passion to the other passion. I went on and on and on and on to all these different things, and I developed this syndrome, which I think we can all agree that the millennial generation, which I'm a part of, is the too many passions syndrome, right? Okay? I'll be the first to come up here and admit it. We've got this problem. But everything changed. Okay, so I found this focus, and everything changed when I was when my mom left and my sister went to college. It was just me and my pops, and I was still weird though, so it was okay. I kept learning new crafts, and eventually I got into video editing and filmmaking and music. And what got me into that originally was when my mom left. This is why everything changed. She kind of took everything with her. It was real quick. Everything happened pretty suddenly. But she left one thing. And my dad was working all the time. I was homeschooled, weird homeschooled kid. Didn't have much social skills. So I would wander around the house and I would snoop around places I wasn't supposed to go. And in the closet, I found a box. It was the last thing my mom left behind. And it was a box of poetry. And so I spent the next few hours, I just read through all the poetry that she had written. And that day I decided I would become a poet. And so since then, that evolved into all kinds of different things. I started bands when I was in high school, did all kinds of filmmaking, started a bunch of YouTube channels, tried to get big on there. Never really happened. But I got older and older, and that brought me to this point where I thought, maybe if I'm not going to necessarily do this, maybe I can create a way that makes it possible, that makes it easier, that can help bring our misguided youth to a point where they don't necessarily have to go out of their way to get to a studio or anything. And so I created Box Truck Studios to be a way to go to these people and to kind of bring awareness and essentially broadcast the these people that have these passions. And so what I recently started was I'm doing a webcast. It's going to be the first webcast, and we're going to be going to, the aim is to go to all these different cities and find the most talented people, copywriters, video editors, videographers, and musicians who otherwise would be ignored because they have no idea how to use the internet, and bring attention to them so that they, instead of falling into the trap of too many passions or the trap of not being able to stick to one thing, they can stick to that one thing, because we can go to them and help them out and broadcast them to the world and bring them to the people that would need to use them. And so that's where you come in. On this October or November, we're going to do our first webcast, and we want to get 100 people in there for this first one, and it's going to be me and my motion graphics guru, Matt Duplessis, and we're going to just talk for an hour about mental shifts that you can make to help yourself to get into a state of mind that caters to actual growth and actual consistency and positivity, and in the grain of what you actually want to do. So